Hi, I'm Stephanie.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
And this is
Steph and Sarah Unfiltered.
Thank you for joining us on episode 6 now on season 2. If you haven't watched our previous episodes, please check it out. We'll leave a link in the description below.
Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Please, we would really appreciate it. And yeah, for today's topic, we're bringing it back a little bit to one of something we've spoken about before in veganism. I am not vegan, if you didn't know.
I am.
She fully is, but I'm pescatarian. And if you haven't seen one of our videos before, we talk about kind of like animal lives, and we get into that too, so please check that out. But yeah, we wanted to talk about that a little bit today. Before that, we like to talk about something good that happened to us this week, something bad, peak and pit of the week. And yeah, what was your peak this week?
My peak, I think it's the same as yours.
Same, yeah.
So this weekend we went to Dave & Buster's, and we kind of had like a little after podcast episode outing. So that was cool.
Yeah, we filmed, and then we went out, and I also invited my family. So it was really fun. Love Dave & Buster's. I like to drink, so the fact that you can play games and then drink, and it was just really fun.
I'm really good at the hockey.
Yeah, we played
air hockey.
Oh, air hockey. Yeah, we played it. I lost. It was going well. Sometimes I don't know if it's just me, but I was totally making it on my own like goal. Like I was making it on myself, giving you the point, and I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know how I did that.
But then I was beat by her cousin, so.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody else gets a little competitive. I do get competitive.
I do
too. Yeah. So that was both our peaks. That was mine as well because it was so fun. And like I don't really go out as much as I used to, so it's nice to like go out and
I don't really
do stuff.
Like
activities. So it's fun. Now you want to tell your pit of the week?
My pit of the week was today I had like a cardiologist appointment, and probably no one or not many of you know I have like a family history of like heart problems, heart condition. So that's just something that's routine for me, just as you would go to like a physician every year. That's like my routine physician. And the only reason it was like a downer for today, I guess, or for this week, is just because like it's like learning all this new information about myself, and then also about like my health and stuff. It's just never like fun.
Yeah, it's never fun.
When it's not good, it's like
especially when you find out you have A, B, and C problems.
Yeah, you're like, gosh.
I definitely suggest everybody go to the doctors at least every year. You know, just your health is so important.
Yearly checkups.
Yeah, I definitely. I'm really like on point with my doctor's appointments. Not just doctors, like I go to my dentist every 6 months. I'm very usually on point with that. I think it's important because you find things out, or like you think you're okay and then you find things out maybe you're not. I'm actually gluten intolerant. I'm not supposed to have gluten, and although I still have gluten, I know I'm not supposed to. And I try to avoid it. It's just so hard because like I love
mostly like a lot of stuff that has gluten in it. So
yeah, exactly. So it's already hard on that. But I think it's so important. Everybody,
get your
yearly checkup.
When she does come over and we have like dinner and stuff, I try to incorporate gluten-free stuff,
which is so nice.
You can try to do like gluten-free bread or gluten-free pasta, because
which is nice, but I still have gluten anyways. I still appreciate it though, because I'm like, I tell everybody, like everyone close to me knows that I'm not supposed to have gluten, and they definitely look out for me, but I don't look out for myself, which I need to
She's
do.
like, thanks guys, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll still eat the regular pasta. I'll worry about it later. And I do guess, like, I do feel symptoms of like why I shouldn't have it. Like I definitely get bloated and just get uncomfortable. But Tastes good.
So were you diagnosed with like celiac disease?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically. And I had no idea what it was. Like, no idea. And I didn't think it would be that serious either.
Right.
And, yeah, so I remember I got the call and I was like, damn, I'm going to be one of those people who has to have a specific diet.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm already pescatarian, mind you, and I've already been doing this for a few years now. But it was like my choice where I didn't want to have it. But now that I have to avoid something, it's like impossible.
It's a lot harder.
It's hard.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Because you didn't make the choices. Like
Exactly.
Your body was like, you can't have that.
I like to just be in control all the time. But yeah, and my pit of the week was actually right after we went out, the day after. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but I have a really good day and then I have a really shitty day right after, and it happens all the time. And it's not something that I like manifest. Like, you know, when you just think about it and it just happens. Like, no, I didn't think about it. I had a good time, and then the next day I just like,
I think it's just a balance. Maybe
yeah,
like
true.
I feel like life has to
Could
have
be.
a balance. Like there's no like always good and there's not always bad. It's like a
Yeah.
little bit of like both.
But then it sucks because like I have a good day and then literally I'm like, damn, tomorrow's
day.
gonna be ass. Like, it's gonna suck. But it's true. Like, this Sunday I don't know, sometimes I was just like low energy. It's not like I was hungover at all. Like, no, it was just like bad energy, just getting negativity and like stuff happening, and I just
Do you feel
didn't
like it
feel
also
good.
could do with like the weather?
yeah,
Do you feel like
100%
reflects
that
the,
too.
like if it's raining and like
Yep.
very cloudy and moody outside? Do you feel like you're like moody too?
Yes, I 100% feel that. As soon as it's
Seasonal
raining, it's
depression.
dark. Yeah, starting. It was raining actually that day too. Like, it was raining hard.
yeah.
So probably, yeah, that definitely affected my mood too. Especially, I'm also a summer baby, so I like prefer to be out in the sun.
Sunny
Yeah.
times, yeah.
So maybe that's what it is. I don't know if you guys get it. Please let us know. Please also let us know if you have any specific diets or if you're allergic to something and you're not supposed to have it but you still have it.
Yeah.
I would love to know that I'm
Like
not the
I
only
know
one.
a lot of like people who are lactose intolerant who still will like risk it all and still have like milk or like cheese and still eat it.
Have you ever seen White Chicks?
Yes.
And like the brother is like lactose intolerant, but it's so bad that he like explodes in the bathroom.
Yeah. But that was because he didn't know.
He had like the
he's-
quiche.
Yeah.
And see, that scares me. I don't ever want to be on that kind of level. Cause like if I'm on that kind of level where I'm like gonna shit my pants after I have something, then yeah, I'll stop eating it. But at this moment, all I feel is bloated and uncomfortable. I'm okay with that. Like, I could do it.
I think it's the lactose people. They definitely get the
The
runs.
really-
Yeah. They
yeah.
have to just like zoom to the bathroom because it's right there.
Yeah, and speaking of lactose intolerant, it's a great way to go into the veganism.
Yeah.
Because you were just telling me something about the lactose intolerant.
Yeah, so most Americans are actually lactose intolerant. I don't know the exact percentage because I forgot, but it's up there. It's definitely past 50%.
Yeah.
Because we're not technically supposed to be drinking like cow's milk, and
Yeah.
you know,
And if-
obviously cow's milk has like
Yeah.
every like cheese and all that, and mostly everything that you consume has.
Yeah. And if you know the
milk.
history about how we get our milk, you know that it's not a good story. And it's very unfair for the cows. And
Yeah.
although, yeah, sometimes like I have like ice cream, so it's dairy and stuff,
Mhm.
I already started avoiding milk, like whole milk, regular milk, a long time ago. Like,
Mhm.
I actually really prefer like almond milk or oat milk over regular milk. I just prefer it. And then I know like now when I do have regular milk, my stomach starts getting a little fuzzy. Like, it starts feeling something, not good vibes. But yeah. Okay, we're gonna just cut this out. What happened? 68% what?
Of the population.
Oh, I was not gonna get that.
Yeah, I was like, what is he
It's
doing?
like, are we on time? I was like, damn, bro.
It's like we've only been talking for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, literally. All right, so we started again. Go ahead.
So you're talking about
I was saying, okay,
milk.
now I've noticed that anytime I have regular milk, my stomach definitely starts hurting a little bit. It gets a little fuzzy. Like, it's not good.
That's actually how I started this whole, like, well, not really, like, sort of. So when I first found out about, like, the abuse that a lot of mostly the cows were going through and stuff like that, I was in college, and I was obsessed with this milk called Fairlife. I don't know if you heard.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, it was so good. I had the chocolate. It was amazing. I bought the regular milk. It was so good. I introduced it to, like, my family and everything.
Yeah.
And then later on, I found out that Fairlife, that specific company, that had, like, they got exposed, and, like, all their videos of abusing the cows and stuff came out. And that's when I switched over to almond milk. I started drinking like vanilla almond milk, and not really oat milk. I've tried oat milk. I'm not, like, a huge fan, but I prefer almond milk. And I did the vanilla. Now I do unsweetened vanilla, but I need flavor in the milk.
Oh, I prefer the unsweetened.
The unsweetened, like, completely original for me is, like, too bland. So
I don't like the super sweet.
So that's why I do the unsweetened vanilla now.
Yeah.
I used to start off with I started off with the vanilla, and that was very, like, eventually over time it just became too sweet, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to stop getting that. And then I got the unsweetened vanilla, which is a little lighter, not as sweet. Still has, like, a hint of it.
I've never been big on sweets like that either. Like, I like candy. Like, my favorite candy is sour candy. Like, that's just what I love. And chocolate. Love chocolate. But I would always prefer to have a cake or something, or brownie over fucking candy. Yeah.
But that's probably one of the things I miss too, is, like, having
regular candy,
like desserts. No, like, mostly desserts.
Desserts.
Because everything has milk or eggs, so I can't, like, eat it. Or, like, cheesecake.
Yeah.
Love cheesecake. Can't have that because that's cheese and milk, all that stuff.
I know, like, when we were just talking about when we went to Dave and Buster's, I know some of us, like, had something to eat.
Yeah.
But you guys couldn't eat anything but the fries. Like, regular fries.
We had just, like, regular fries.
Yeah.
And even that might have been, like,
probably not vegan.
Right, because a lot of fast food places or, like, grilled places, all those places have they use the same oil sometimes. So they can use the same oil to grill, like, their chicken. I mean, deep fry their chicken and then also do the fries. So you're basically using the same juices, or they use, like, animal oils. Like, I'm not sure, but yeah.
But it's probably made from the same spot.
So it's not technically always vegan. So for fast food places, like, we can't really eat at fast food places because of that issue. So
understandable though. I didn't realize, like, how hard it was for you guys to actually find food outside. Obviously, I know you guys make your own food sometimes. But to go out, like, you have to really look at all the ingredients, exactly what's on it. Like, I had ordered, when we went to Dave & Buster's, I ordered, like, some garlic parmesan french fries. And I was like, oh, like, you guys could have some. But then parmesan, cheese, dairy. It's like, oh, damn. I was like, damn, you can't have that either.
Yeah.
And then the sauces, I don't even know what the sauces were, like aioli or something.
Garlic aioli, which I found out you could make it vegan. So it's basically mayo and, like, garlic and, like, other stuff.
Okay.
So we couldn't have it because of the mayo, because mayo has egg in it. But I can definitely recreate it, so I could do garlic.
Yeah, now thankfully we're in that part of life where you can recreate everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Which we have a little special creation you made a little later on, so stay tuned for that. We'll having something really good to eat later. But yeah, and you've been vegan for how long now?
So it was May of 2021. So it's a little over a year.
Like over a year?
It's probably like a year and a half now. We're reaching that point. Yeah.
How's it going?
It's not. It's not as bad. It's actually just become so routine. It's
yeah,
like,
once you get the rhythm and you
it's
know
like a
what you can, you
lifestyle now.
can't eat, it's easy now.
Don't get me wrong, we still make mistakes here and there.
I definitely have given Frank some chips that were not vegan, and we didn't know that they weren't vegan until afterwards.
It's crazy because you'll think some things don't have like any animal products in it, and then you look and you're like, oh my gosh, they do. Like, I had a coworker one time try to offer me the Lay's dill pickle flavored chips, which I don't like dill pickle anyway, but but I was willing to try it. But then I looked at the ingredients and I was like, this has milk, I can have it. So I couldn't have those.
See, I wouldn't even think about that having milk.
See, you wouldn't think like those like dill pickle chips don't have milk, but they do.
I feel like most products have definitely any kind of dairy or eggs, like eggs and milk. That's on like everything.
That's like the main ones,
yeah,
for sure.
Which sucks. I hopefully am one day vegan too. It's just I need to be told what I can or can't have.
Right.
Like, I'm too lazy to do my research where I have to Google everything I want to eat.
Yeah.
But I know at the end of the day, I know that I'm doing it for something good, for the greater good of not only just animals, but also like Earth, like just human life overall. It's gonna be great if I could do it. Like, I know other people can do it, but I'm also, something that I was saying is like you have to be very open-minded to trying stuff.
Yeah. I definitely encourage people to try it for sure. I think, like this, I recently watched the Selena and Chef episodes.
We both love Selena Gomez.
Yes, love
Big
her.
Selena fans.
She's so adorable.
Love her.
But I was watching her. I've been watching her cooking show, and she actually did a plant-based meal with one of the chefs. So the chef was plant-based, and she's actually from New York, Brooklyn. Not from here, but she lives there.
Oh, nice.
And so they made a meal and stuff, but even before they even got started, before she even like said hi to the chef, she gets like all her ingredients first, and she already like knew it was like gonna be vegetarian, vegan, and she saw the tofu and stuff, and she was like already freaking out. She was like, I'm not a fan of tofu.
I like tofu.
So she wasn't a huge fan of it, so she was a little scared of what to expect. But in the end of the episode, after they got done cooking, they made all the meals. She actually liked it.
Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, which I think is great, because it's like you just have to be able to step your foot in it.
I also like read somewhere that our taste buds change every 7 years or something. So I feel like if you didn't like it before,
try it again.
Yeah. And again and
that's
again.
That's like me and
After
vegetables. Like, I didn't eat vegetables as a kid.
I love vegetables.
And I think that's mostly because my mom didn't give us vegetables. But even when I tried them, I didn't like them. So I literally didn't start eating vegetables till I got into college. And then eventually I started making them.
That was me with mushrooms. I didn't like mushrooms when I was younger, but like now I can tolerate them. I like mushrooms, but not like too many. If it's like too many, like there's this burger in Shake Shack that's literally a patty full of mushrooms.
Mushroom burger?
Yeah, and I can't do that. Like, that's too much.
I can eat mushroom by itself.
I can't do that. No, I can't do that. I could eat onions like raw, but I can't do mushrooms.
I don't think I could do the onion raw.
Really?
I like sauteed onions. Like, that's my favorite. And I feel like onion and garlic give flavor to everything. I love garlic.
Yeah.
It just gives you garlic breath, but I still love it.
Fuck
it's
it.
So good.
So good. Also with sushi, like I know that's not vegan, but what they have some vegan like fish now. Vegan shrimp, I think, too. Yeah, they have vegan shrimp. They have vegan salmon vegan tuna, which I actually saw in Stop and Shop. Really?
Yeah, so Stop and Shop has the one by where I live has upgraded, and they have a lot more vegan options. So I actually saw a can of the vegan tuna.
I wonder what that's made of.
Yeah.
And that's another question. Is like, I am so with it to try all the vegan stuff, but like, what is the vegan stuff made of?
Oh, what does it have?
Like, what is in there now? Because it's like, and I know, and again, like, vegan food is not always the healthiest too. Some of them,
not necessarily. Like, not all of them. The ones that you try, not like alternatives, so like meat alternatives, cheese alternatives, those aren't always
the
the
healthiest.
healthiest. Like, or at least you have to eat
sodium is
it.
really high.
Yeah. You have to eat it in like moderate amounts, I say. And I think that's with anything, really. Like, people who try to go on those crazy diets are like, you know, I just think you can eat all the stuff you want just in like moderate amount. Like, you know, like, don't eat, I don't know what, like a donut every day or something. Or don't eat like a whole box of donuts for one day and then one day not and then the second day not and then, you know, you kind of just like,
Donuts are awesome.
Donuts are good. Vegan donuts are hard to find, let me tell you.
I bet.
And the place that we've tried before, it's called, I think it's called Donut or Donuts. It's one of those. But there's a place in the city. There's one in Brooklyn too, and their donuts are like $5 each.
That's expensive.
Yeah,
that's another thing. Veganism, it's a little more pricey. And timing, like, so because you make your own food for the majority of the time, you have to cook.
Yeah,
I am not a cook. Like, I love food so much, but like to make the food, like, I don't have that like motivation.
I like cooking.
That's good. I don't have that. I want to cook more. I do really want to make myself own food. But like, if you're making something, can you say that, do you have like a favorite vegan dish?
Probably from what I've made, I have a few. I like the chili I make. So I make vegan chili, which is pretty simple. It's just like regular chili. You can either make it with plant-based like alternative meats or not. I make it with I think is it Beyond? No, I think it's
Impossible meat.
Which one do we like? I think it's the Beyond.
I like both.
We kind of get like the pack that looks like ground beef, and then I make that, and then the same way you would make a like regular chili, you get all the spices, all the beans and tomatoes. It's like really good. That's one of my favorites, and it lasts.
That sounds good.
It lasts like 2 days at least, because you know you make a big pot of it.
Yeah.
And it's good for a few days.
That helps with meal prepping too.
Yeah.
Like if you make your own food and stuff. I know. I'm telling you, I need to get into that.
So you don't have to do that. So you don't have to like cook every day
or buy out. That's my problem. I buy out a lot. And I know you made a vegetable soup for me one time, and it was
that's one of my other favorites too.
That one was so good. And listen, I'm not the biggest fan with soups because I don't get full. That's my problem.
Oh yeah.
It's like I like to eat until I get full, which I know you're not supposed to do that, but like that's just how I am.
Same.
I'm a foodie, so I like to eat. So like with soup, like I just never felt fulfilled. And not all soups are like so good, but like that vegetable soup you made, so good. Yeah. I could definitely
and
with a little hot sauce too.
Because I always have 2 servings of food because I just love food. I gotta eat again.
But, I know, me too. And I'm a big snacker. That's another problem.
I think it definitely is filling because once you add like a bunch of stuff to something, it's good.
It's good.
Yeah. I believe in the motto of like where they said like make your food look colorful, which is like basically adding a lot of stuff. Yeah.
There's another question I had to ask and I forgot it.
You did mention earlier about like knowing the like protein alternatives.
Yeah. Like some of us who don't know, I personally wouldn't. I mean, I know some because I already, again, like I'm pescatarian, so all I eat is like fish.
Right. Which is your
basically
protein.
Like a seafood based protein. Basically, that's my diet.
Yeah.
But I don't like a lot of seafood, so actually what I actually eat really is just shrimp and salmon. Sometimes like fish, like whitefish or like stuff like that, but it's been shrimp and salmon. Like that's all I've been eating for the last like years, for the last couple years that I've been doing the pescatarian. Oh man, I feel fine. It's fine. It's just I eat a lot more carbs than I should.
Carbs are good.
But like another, like I just had kind of sometimes struggle with finding another protein, like a substitute for like meat. Because I know protein, you get it from meat, chicken.
Yeah, all the meats.
Stuff.
Yeah.
So what do you have for protein?
For us, like Frank and I, we eat a lot of chickpeas. We love chickpeas.
I like chickpeas.
Chickpeas is in hummus, we love hummus too. A lot of people don't like hummus.
Hummus is good.
People don't like chickpeas, but there's so many ways you can make them. You can roast chickpeas. You can add them to literally anything.
Everything.
Like, we'll have like pasta, and then like for our protein, we'll just throw those in there, so we have some protein, not just like, like you said, carbs. So that definitely is protein. Any like, how do you say legume? It's called legumes.
Legumes. Like lentils.
Like, yeah, all that.
I like
Lentils. I've made lentil soups before. I actually made a lasagna that had lentils in it. So there's that, and beans. Any kind of beans has protein in it.
And tofu one too?
Also has protein.
Tofu is good.
The plant-based meats also contain protein in it, but that's just like, I don't know how far you want to trust those, but
yeah. And again, they're not the healthiest.
Yeah, I rather get my protein from like, the beans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
'Cause
or there's like protein powders.
Yeah, there's protein powders. There's
so you can make like smoothies. Like,
and also like different. For other things, like for milk that has calcium, you can have calcium from many different things. Many different like vegetables and stuff like that have calcium in them. So that's another thing.
That's the thing. You really gotta like your vegetables.
Yeah.
To
if
be
you don't
vegan.
like vegetables, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how you're gonna do it.
Really, you just have to make them in a way that is flavorful.
Yeah.
So, and that's another thing
too can make a difference.
Yeah, that's another thing with being like vegan. Like tofu, for example, is so hard to flavor. It's very hard to like. It's very bland.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of people don't like it. They don't like the texture at all. But you can also make that in so many ways. You can make like tofu scramble. Like tofu crumbles, same way that you would make like
there's
ground
some people
beef.
who fry it.
Yeah, you can.
I've literally seen that.
So I was watching the Selena and Chef, and they did a buttermilk chicken sandwich. So I basically recreated it with tofu. And the same thing. I did the buttermilk, but instead of using buttermilk, I used a coconut almond milk heavy cream. And it's the reason I used it, even though it's heavy cream and not buttermilk, is because it's so thick. It literally comes out like goo because it's so thick. So that's what I used. And then you season it the same way you would regular, like if you're making the chicken. And then you just do that with the tofu. And it came out really good.
There's substitutes for everything. And also, you've actually showed me how to make almond milk.
Yes.
Which I think is a lot easier than I think people think.
Yeah, it is really
like, it's
super
so
easy. Yeah.
To make your own, that's awesome.
The only difference is like if you're not one to drink milk constantly, it will get bad within like 3 days. So if you're one to drink like finish it in like 3 days, good for you. Like you can do it. You can definitely make it.
That's why you don't make too much.
Yeah. I don't like we still buy our almond milk, but we have had it made like ourselves.
Fresh.
Yeah. And it tastes really good freshly. It's literally just the almonds, water, and if you add some like
vanilla.
You can add flavors like vanilla. So yeah, it's really good.
It's probably way healthier too.
Yeah, because the ones that are in the store, they last longer for a reason because they have all this extra stuff in it to make it last. But you
gotta just have that time and energy to do all this stuff.
Yeah,
which I need to find because my time and energy goes to like work, and that's it. Like,
don't get me wrong, like I won't be like up to cooking all the time.
Yeah,
I feel like you have to give yourself time to cook. Because if you're not,
it needs to be planned.
Yeah, like if you come home and you're just like what am I gonna cook? I don't know what to cook.
I literally don't think I could ever do that. Like coming out of work, like I'm already tired, and like with my job, like I have to literally like shower and then eat. Like I have to shower because I smell like dog, and then I have to eat because I probably haven't eaten like most of the day because I'm always running around, and then I just want to sleep. Like that's just my routine right now for work. So for cooking, I feel like I would do it like on my off days, probably meal prep
Yeah.
So I have some food throughout the week. And then probably, or before work. Like before work. Because sometimes I go into work a little late, so I have time before. But I'm a sleeper.
You
I
love
love sleeping. I'm a big sleeper.
Yeah, but during the week I don't really like make crazy meals. I make really simple things because of that, because I literally come home and I'm just like, I gotta make dinner. Like, I don't know what to make, so we just kind of make things with like on the spot. Like literally simple things. I make like rice with beans. That's pretty much it. Or like I'll make a pasta.
That sounds
so
great.
easy.
That sounds so good.
Like, but when I have time, like on the days off or you know, like on the weekends, I'll try to do something different because I want to try it.
Yeah.
So I do that.
Well, yeah. I think we're gonna take a short break and we'll be back with a little something special
treat.
A little treat.
Hi, this is Sarah from Steph and Sarah Unfiltered. If you haven't checked out our last season, be sure to click the description below to access all our previous episodes and follow us on social media. Thank you for supporting our podcast and stay tuned for season 2.
And we're back. We have some yummy dishes here that Sarah so kindly prepared for us. Vegan dishes, because that's the topic for today. And yeah, you want to explain what we have here?
Yeah. So I made a shredded jackfruit flautas. Basically, it's mimicking pork.
Like a pernil.
Yeah.
Pernil. Pernil is freaking amazing.
Yeah. Instead, it's jackfruit. It's like the same kind of texture. You can like shred it just the same way and season it all the same. Yeah.
For people who like don't really cook, as in myself, how long did it take to prepare this?
I think it took maybe like total like an hour. Maybe less.
Okay.
I can just be rounding.
Like an hour?
Well, the flautas themselves, it's mostly like, it's like an hour. It takes 20 minutes to like prep, you want to get all your ingredients together and then, saute everything and then you put it together and then you put it on a pan and then you bake it for like 30 to 40 minutes. So that takes up most of the time.
Yeah.
And then I made a side of cilantro lime rice, which is pretty much just rice. And then you just add the cilantro lime.
It looks so good. And then on top, you said it was...
And on top, for those who can't see, I added avocado coleslaw. So it's basically coleslaw. You can just buy it pre-made or make it yourself.
Yeah.
And then add the avocado, and it has a bunch of other ingredients in there.
It looks
with
so
a little side
good.
of like the mayo ketchup or pink sauce.
Mayo ketchup.
That's what I call it.
It's pink sauce to me. I don't know.
Mayo and ketchup together.
Yeah, mayo ketchup, pink sauce. That's what I call it. Salsa rosada.
I don't know. There's so many different names for it now, so I don't know.
But it's all the same concept. But yeah, we could totally dig in right now before our food gets cold.
Yeah.
No, totally. For those listening, this looks amazing.
Oh, I probably
You should just take a peek at our social media so you could see a good pictures, of what we're talking about.
Let me see here.
Take some rice first. I'm also a messy eater. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a really messy eater. So I'm gonna try real hard not to make a mess here.
I feel like when you eat things like like burritos or anything, they're pretty messy.
I'm so messy. A little ASMR for you.
Let's try.
I'm gonna try the little guac. I'm trying everything separately at this moment, and then I'll put it all together.
Hold on. I am trying the flauta with the sauce and the avocado coleslaw.
I really like this avocado coleslaw.
And rice is not one of my strong suits. I make it a lot, but I feel like I haven't perfected it. So it's still like a work in progress. I feel like over time, eventually it'll get better.
Oh, I love it so far. And I'm not a picky eater at all. Like, I'm really good at like eating everything. We're having some messy moments here. Are we keeping that or cutting that?
Mm-hmm.
I think we should cut that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are we starting again? Is that a new tattoo?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I was like, that's so cute. I like that. So yeah, I was saying I am not a very picky eater. I'm pretty much one to try everything, and I hope most people also at least try something, once in your life, So this is why we really want to talk about veganism and have everybody try it out.
Mm-hmm.
You can make it at home. You can there's some restaurants now that have a lot of vegan options.
Yeah.
So I definitely recommend.
And a lot of like vegan restaurants. Well, depending where you are here in like New York, there's definitely a lot of options.
A lot. Well, now there is.
Yeah.
But before, when we were growing up, I didn't even know about what vegan was.
Yeah, I didn't either. But what does it taste like to you when you finish that bite? Because I'll just explain a little of what I put in the jackfruit. So it's actually jackfruit, tofu, shredded tofu, and then it has cumin, chili powder, paprika, barbecue sauce, and then something called liquid smoke with it, which I just learned about today while I was making it. It's basically, it smells like barbecue, so I'm assuming that's what they put on barbecue, like barbecue
totally
meat.
tasted the barbecue.
So it tastes really good, and it smells really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then sauteed onion and garlic.
It gives me a little, almost like a texture of the beans, almost.
Mm.
But the flavor, a pernil with, barbecue sauce, which is what we were going for here, right?
Yeah.
Which I love it. It's so good. So good. 10 out of 10 recommend. Everybody try this at home. It's so good. I gotta try it with the pink sauce now. Or just dip it. No. Okay.
Oh, yeah. So if
For
you
those,
have
any
questions, any questions about this recipe or the episode, just let us know. Comment. Make sure, just watch, enjoy.
Yes, please. For those of you who say vegan food is not like regular food, there's no substitute for meat, you'll taste the difference. Try it out. Just try it out. I think something anybody could do is just have something, maybe vegetarian, vegan, even pescatarian, once in the week. I think it would make such a big difference to your health, and then obviously the environment. It would help so much. So
and you'd
definitely
be really
that.
Surprised. I love surprising people when they're like, "This is vegan," and I'm like,
"Yeah,
so cool.
It's so good." But yeah, we're gonna finish the rest of our meals. So I hope you guys like this episode, and please watch our next episodes every Friday. We're on, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.